Hello. Welcome to Frida Miletsky Healing Arts. I'm your host, Frida, and I am the healing artist. Well, it is official. I have taught for 1 week. Last week, I opened my Member Up platform, Return to Self-Love, to 2 of my beloved, trusted friends. And every morning we met for a 6 a.m. meditation and light work boot camp. This was an information gathering situation for me. I wanted to know, A, can I do this every day? B, what does the 6 o'clock time frame do for my life? And how does that work? How will that change my life? What does that feel like? Is this sustainable? C, consistency and repetition, because I'm all about that in terms of learning. D, discipline. It was really, really interesting. So what I learned from meditating every morning was doing the 6 a.m. call time. Well, the first thing is, because it was my 2 kind of, we'll just say my besties, we wanted to chat first. So each day we sort of did a coffee clutch. So from 6 to 6:30, we chatted. From 6:30 to 7, we went and did the meditation and the light work. So that was something that, getting feedback from Sophie and Christine, they said that they really enjoyed that aspect of it. So it has the community aspect. So that's brought to mind for me, do I open the room for my, in my business, does the Zoom room open 30 minutes beforehand so that people can get to know each other, they can chat, they can sort of have things, they'll bring up what they're working through at the time, and then we can bring them into the light during the meditation and the healing session? Maybe. Do I want to offer that? Because that's more than I signed up for originally. That's new to me, the notion of this. Maybe. Do I want to curate a coffee clutch? Can I curate a coffee clutch and then have that go into the teaching? Yeah, so these are all things that I have to sit with and sort of figure out. So it was a wonderful information gathering week. It also created this 5 video course of boot camps. So that now already is wonderful. It exists and it's on the platform. So when folks join, there's already like some pretty solid content there. There's very solid content. They were wonderful healings. It was great. So this has got me thinking. Based off of the momentum I was feeling from that, Friday, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to open the platform up to my mailing list. I'm going to send it out to people and just show them the back end of what I've created. Show them the Return to Self-Love program. Because you can't get into it without joining the membership to pay for it. There's no way to like just send people to it. It's a private community. So I was like, oh, I'll share my Zoom room and I'll just walk them around for 10, 15 minutes and just show them what's in there. Because I also created another series of videos of me just talking to camera and explaining stuff. Because some people that come into the community honestly might be unfamiliar with light work. So it's just all the energetic hygiene basics that one might need. I'm creating a program which is everything I wish I had when I first had my spiritual awakening and had the ability to go within. What I am sharing is one woman's way to suffer less. It is my journey. This was my step. So of course, and it's all about returning to self. So each person will be absolutely different, but here are the tools in which I achieve this. And I want people to find their own tools also along the way. And I can be a wonderful self-clarity coach. And you can have access to me in order to ask questions along the way, etc., etc. So, yesterday was my first day off. And me and my friend Christine always meet Saturday mornings in the morning just to like talk for an hour, hour and a half, and do energy healing back and forth. She is also an energy healer, so we trade. She does work with me, I do work with her. And yesterday when the two of us went into the light, I recognized in my body, after channeling light every morning for 5 days in a row, I was exhausted. That was really interesting information to receive from doing this, because I've never done this before in that capacity. So interesting. Also, the two of us are both projectors. And yeah, we don't have a motor, an energy source. We don't have a way that we produce our own energy. We run off of other people's. So I do great in groups because I feed off of other people's energy. But the both of us being in there as projectors was sort of just like, yeah, I recognize the fact that I was full on exhausted. So riding off the momentum of doing this healing for a week, on Friday I sent out an email to my email list, sort of just saying, hey guys, let's do an explore call on Sunday. Let me show you the back end of Member Up. And then I'll do a 30-minute healing session. Just if you're new to light work, you can see what it's like to work with me. My email list is like half of the people on there are like just sort of acquaintances, friends that I've had, and half of them are already my woo-woo friends that are familiar with me doing light work with them because we are in community doing that together. So I'm interested to see who comes tonight, and we're going to find out, I'm going to do this healing session, and some folks that have no idea about what I do are about to see and feel all the feelings. And by the time this is released, this will have already happened. So back in the day when I worked for my sister, she had an assistant that was super into basketball. They were a basketball player, and basketball was their life. And it was always exciting for March Madness was something that they were very excited about. So that's why I know about this. I am the least sports person. I'm like, yay, sports ball. I know nothing about sports. My interest is zero. But the words March Madness always stuck with me because it's funny, right? So I thought to myself, because I love alliteration and I love a theme, you cannot take the event planner fully out of someone. She's just in there. I have a movie night at my house. I have friends over. It has a theme. So, being the person that I am, in the information gathering stage, loving dramatic situations of my own creation. This is so Frida. Again, repetition, consistency, discipline. What if I do March Madness with meditation and light work? What would that look like? What if I committed myself to meditating every day, online, in the mornings, in community, 5 days a week? It's 21 meditations, looking at the calendar. And then having, Saturday and Sunday off to recover and then do it again. It's crazy. You know what else is crazy? Mercury retrograde begins March 15th, which is like contracts and dealing with internet stuff, technology, all of that. It's just like a big hurdle to get over. And I'm like, bring it on. Because of course I am. I'm like, let's troubleshoot every scenario possible. Give it to me all at once. This is so me. Venus goes into retrograde today. The planets are all in a line. I am not into astrology. I cannot tell you about it, but I'm familiar with it enough that I recognize the fact that occasionally there are energies that can be explained by things that are happening in the heavens. I have a healthy regard for it, but I do not understand it myself. It is not something that I have studied and don't necessarily see myself pursuing this time around in this body. But for the main points, I am aware of what's happening. So, all these retrogrades, all these planets in a line. March is going to be insane. It's going to go really quickly. And I think we're going to see a lot of shakeups, a lot of things fall apart. And of course, I'm like, oh yeah, commit to doing this every day. It's so Frida. Anyway, my question to myself is, can I do it? I love challenge. I had said this to a friend one time. People just want the dream. They want like that thing where they're just like kind of laying on the beach or just having more than enough resources to just hang out and live fancy free and all of that. And that's all well and good. And there are times when I want rest in that way. But I love climbing the hill. I love working on something. And when I get to the peak, the plateau, the success, the overlook, I look around. What's over there? What's over there? Yeah, all right. Enjoy the peak for a moment. But when the sweat starts to pop up on my skin, or the hill is now a downhill climb on the other side, instead of being hyper-focused on the climb and like doing the job of going to the place, now all of a sudden I feel like my skin is cold because I was covered in sweat and I was doing a job and I was focused and doing this and everything. And now my mind starts to wander. I'm going downhill. I can enjoy it, I guess, except it's not as fun as going uphill. So while there is that moment of achievement and excitement at the top of the hill climb, going down the other side, which many people would tell you is their favorite part of life, enjoying the retirement, enjoying the thing that you worked hard for, the easy part, the downhill slide. It's all well and good, but my preference is the climb. And I love mud, rocks, obstacles. I love crossing rivers. I love trying to figure out how to cross the river because it's too wide. I love erosion and falling and slipping. I love the tree branch breaking and hitting me on the head. I love all of the challenge to get to the place where you get to look around and enjoy the view. And then I wonder where the next hike is. Where's the next hill? So fully recognizing that is an aspect of my personality, it is just simply who I am this time around. Resilient, tenacious, gritty, hill climber. Hence, my entire teaching that I teach is rest, slow down, self-love, be kind to yourself, be patient. I teach what I am trying to learn because I need to stay at the top of the hill a little longer and celebrate the victory of where I got. because I need friends to walk down that hill with and enjoy celebrating how we got there together and what do we want to do next and setting up the next thing and all of that. So it's about, for me, I am seeking that community to walk down the hill with, and then we can take that next climb together. I have a teaching in my life about accepting help from others and working in community and working in teams. For the majority of my life, I have always been what I would alone. I think my birthday is even the day of the lone wolf. I am willing to figure stuff out to the point where I am willing to figure it out, to hack it through and do it on my own. And just a perfect example of that is in the last 6 months, I wrote, illustrated, and published 2 books. I built my own website, and I am like a Luddite. I had my husband show me how to do things on it, and he helped me with some links and some real technical behind the scene things with the computer. But I did that myself. This podcast, again, my husband helped me do the RSS feed, but otherwise I was sort of just had some advice from friends and muddled through it on my own. I made a list. He showed me how to hook up the microphone, and then I wrote the steps down, and now I know them because this is my 11th podcast and I've done it enough times that now I know how to start the FaceTime and start the microphone and do the things. Again, repetition, consistency, discipline. Where am I going with all of this? Today I'm just talking to you off the cuff. I'm tired. And yesterday I took a day of rest. Corey and I went on a hike together, and otherwise I laid on the couch. I ate snacks and watched Love is Blind season 8. I have such a place in my heart for awful interpersonal relationship reality television, like Craptacular Love is Blind and Craptacular The Ultimatum, or Love Island, or it's just that there's dating, you're looking for the one. It's so ridiculous. And it's always so bizarrely heteronormative, monogamous, weird. It's so strange. It's just steeped in patriarchal BS, and I am fascinated by it. I find myself just yelling at the TV screen and being like, that's based on childhood trauma, or whatever. Their avoidant attachment style is coming up. Yeah, whatever the thing is, it's I'm just fascinated, and it's entertaining for me. I do have to do light work after watching these things, though. I have to remove them from my system because everything is vibration, and it's not particularly the healthiest thing to be involved in, although I do find it entertaining. So, what I'm sharing today on my Chit Chat episode is I had a week of meditation. I'm learning things. I am information gathering. I am setting myself a new goal, which is insane. This March Madness idea is totally crazy. And the crazy giant hill climb aspect of it is what excites the heck out of me. I do not like gossipy type drama, but I love the drama of setting myself challenges that appear mildly impossible and then enacting them and going through with them and feeling all of the feelings related to them and using it as this massive learning experience. So I'm so excited to meet with people tonight, to show them the back end, to do this 30-minute meditation, and then I intend to invite them for free for 1 week to be part of my morning meditation Lightworks so that they can get a taste of what I'm like and they can get a taste of if this is something that they want to do. A big part of what I'm offering is like, I do not give a string of expletives here. If you do this for yourself, your life is your own. I am not telling you what to do. But if you are drawn to me, if you are drawn to this practice, if you are so tired of suffering and you have a desire to achieve peace in your heart, if you have little pricks in your skin and your insides, that just a little teeny like, what is that? Explore. Like, what is she? Who is she? What's she up to? What is this light work? What is this? If there is a possibility I could learn to suffer less because I don't, like, I'm a person that wanted to die, and that transformed into waking up every day with this exuberant desire to be here. Every day I get out of bed, I dance in the morning. I'm so happy to be here. I love life for as long as I'm here. I love every aspect of my body, every ache and pain and joy and everything around it. And I know how I achieved this. I know the steps I took. I know how I learned to surrender to the all that is and to allow, to in so many ways treat life as a game, to not take things personally. When hardships, strife, stress, difficulty, say like last week I was working with the roof situation, like when these come up, how to not push them away or bypass them. What you're doing is feeling every feeling, following through with it, riding the emotional wave of it, and coming to neutrality with things, where then things can be proceeded with, followed through with, there's no stink on anything. You're just meeting the world with neutrality. It is what it is. If that is of interest to you, if that is something that you have an interest in learning how to do, I'm your gal. If I'm not your gal, I might know who your person is, or I might have a book to recommend to you. Like, I might be a signpost along the way of your spiritual journey. I never want people to become dependent on me. No, no, no. I want you to use me as a signpost along your own journey to never give your power away and to learn how to connect to you so that you can be operating from a place not of your traumas, not of trying to align the world to give you exactly what you need so that nothing ruffles your feathers, but to go into the difficulties, to transmute them, and to move through them. And it's all possible. I've done it for myself. Because I didn't have tons of financial resources along the way, I had to learn to do this work for me. I am self-taught. And I had a ton of help. It's always both with me. It's always both. I would get healers and teachers and take classes when I had the financial means to do so. So I would get some money and I would be able to take the classes. But, you know, if you are independently wealthy, go blast yourself with light with a healer multiple times a week, and you will eventually move through these things. You know, like, they can help you move through them. But I had to teach myself through books to do this work, and just did it one foot in front of the other. I'm proud of that. It also, it made me the healer that I am now. It made me a healer. Not only did I heal myself, but along the way, it's like I've learned how to teach this to somebody else because I freaking did it. And I can only get better and better at refining my words to be able to tell you how I got there. So cheers to the month of March, to an entire month of information gathering, repetition, and consistency. If any of this sounds like something that you would like to be a part of, if you want to hop on board, if you want to get involved with being part of that free first week in March, reach out to me. You can email me at friedamaletzkyhealingarts@gmail.com. I will put that in the show notes. You can go to my website, friedahealing.com, and poking around on there's a way to give me your email address so I can add you to the mailing list. If any of this pings for you and you are ready to radically change your life, let's talk. So there we have our rambling share for the day. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.